Aurora slammed the door shut behind her, the echo reverberating through the empty hallway of her family's sprawling Connecticut home. Her heart pounding like a war drum as she replayed the words her father had just hurled at her. "You're no daughter of mine if you choose that path." The ultimatum hung in the air like a noose, tightening around her throat, forcing her to confront the reality that her secret life with Savannah was no longer hidden, exposed by a careless slip from her own sister who had stumbled upon their private messages. In that moment, everything Aurora had built, her career as a rising attorney, her facade of the perfect family girl, crumbled, leaving her to wonder if love was worth the exile she now faced. She paced the room, her mind a whirlwind of accusations and defenses. How could Emily do this? Her younger sister, the one she had protected through high school bullies and heartbreak, now turning on her with a venom that felt personal, rooted in some unspoken jealousy or fear. Aurora's thoughts raced. Was it the inheritance? The favoritism their parents showed her? Or was it simply the shock of discovering Aurora's truth? A truth she had buried deep under layers of heteronormative expectations? She sank onto the bed, clutching her phone, debating whether to call Savannah or confront Emily first. The decision weighed heavy. One path led to reconciliation, the other to irreversible fracture. Downstairs, the family dinner continued without her, voices muffled but tense. Aurora could imagine her mother's tight-lipped silence, her father's red-faced rant about morality and tradition. They were old-school conservatives, pillars of the local church community, where being gay wasn't just a sin but a scandal that could tarnish reputations. Aurora had known this day might come, but she hadn't prepared for the betrayal from within. Emily's words echoed in her head. "I had to tell them for your own good." For my own good? Aurora seethed inwardly. What good was a life dictated by others' prejudices? She thought of Savannah, her anchor in this storm, the woman who had shown her what real acceptance felt like. Flashbacks flooded her. Their first meeting at a New York City legal conference 2 years ago. Savannah's sharp wit cutting through the mundane chatter, her eyes locking onto Aurora's with an intensity that made her pulse quicken. Savannah was everything Aurora wasn't, out and proud. A successful graphic designer from a liberal Brooklyn family, unapologetic about her identity. "Why hide who you are?" Savannah had asked on their third date, as they walked hand in hand through Central Park, oblivious to stares. Aurora had laughed it off then, but now those words haunted her. Hiding had kept her safe, employed, loved by her family. Or so she thought. The phone buzzed, Savannah's name on the screen. Aurora answered, her voice cracking. "They know." Emily told them everything. Savannah's response was immediate, calm yet fierce. "Come to me. We'll figure this out together." But Aurora hesitated. Leaving meant abandoning her life here. The law firm partnership on the horizon. The financial security her parents provided. Was Savannah worth that sacrifice? The question gnawed at her. A moral dilemma that pitted love against loyalty. She ended the call abruptly, needing space to think, but the silence only amplified her inner turmoil. Emily knocked softly on the door, her face pale when Aurora yanked it open. "We need to talk," Emily said, stepping inside uninvited. The confrontation was inevitable, charged with years of unspoken resentments. "You think you're so perfect, always the golden child." Emily spat, her eyes welling up. "But this is wrong, Aurora. Mom and Dad raised us better." Aurora's anger boiled over. "Better? You mean conforming to their narrow view of the world? You've always been jealous, haven't you? This isn't about me. It's about you feeling small." The words flew like daggers, each one deepening the wound between sisters. As they argued, Aurora's mind dissected every choice. Had she been too secretive, inviting suspicion? Or was honesty the trap that would have sprung earlier? Emily's betrayal felt like a calculated move, perhaps to curry favor with their parents, who had always favored Aurora's achievements. "I did it because I love you," Emily insisted, but Aurora saw through the lie. Love didn't weaponize secrets. The fight escalated, voices rising until their mother intervened, her face etched with disappointment. "This family is falling apart because of you," she said to Aurora, the words slicing deeper than any knife. Aurora stormed out, grabbing her keys, her decision crystallizing in the heat of the moment. She drove to Savannah's apartment in the city, the highway blurring through tears. Arriving at dawn, she collapsed into Savannah's arms, the weight of her choices pressing down. I left them, she whispered, but doubt crept in. Was this freedom or folly? Savannah held her tight, promising support, but Aurora knew the road ahead was fraught with more conflicts. Financial independence, societal judgments, the guilt of abandoning her family. The first battle was won, but the war had just begun. In the days that followed, Aurora navigated the fallout. Her father cut off her trust fund, a punitive strike that forced her to rely on savings and Savannah's income. At work, whispers spread. A colleague's sideways glance hinted at leaked rumors. Aurora's inner monologue was relentless. Am I strong enough for this? Each decision to stay with Savannah to fight for her job came with a price, chipping away at her resolve. Yet, in quiet moments, Savannah's love reaffirmed her choice, a beacon in the chaos. But cracks appeared. Savannah, accustomed to openness, pushed Aurora to come out publicly. Hiding only gives them power, she argued during a heated dinner. Aurora resisted, fearing professional repercussions in her conservative firm. The tension built, their relationship strained by differing views on authenticity versus survival. Aurora pondered, is love enough when the world demands conformity? The answer eluded her, but the struggle defined her every waking thought. Savannah watched Aurora unpack her hastily thrown-together suitcase in the cramped Brooklyn loft, her heart aching at the sight of her lover's defeated posture. This isn't temporary, Aurora said, more to herself than to Savannah, as she folded a blouse with trembling hands. The move had been impulsive, born from the shock of betrayal, but now reality set in. Shared bills, merged lives, and the constant reminder that Aurora's family viewed their love as an abomination. Savannah's own family had been supportive when she came out at 18, a stark contrast that fueled her impatience with Aurora's lingering attachments. You don't need them, she said one evening, as they sat on the fire escape overlooking the bustling street. But Aurora's eyes flashed with resentment. Easy for you to say. They've been my everything. The words hung between them, a chasm widening with each unspoken fear. Savannah wondered inwardly. Am I pushing too hard? Will she resent me for forcing this change? The first major clash came at a friend's party in Manhattan. Surrounded by out and proud couples, Savannah introduced Aurora as her girlfriend without hesitation. Aurora stiffened, pulling away later in the cab. I'm not ready for that label in public, she confessed, her voice laced with shame. Savannah's frustration boiled over. Then what are we doing? I won't be your secret anymore. The argument escalated back home, doors slamming, accusations flying. Aurora accused Savannah of insensitivity. Savannah countered with charges of cowardice. In the silence that followed, both women grappled with their demons. Savannah's fear of being sidelined, Aurora's terror of total isolation. Work became Aurora's refuge, but even there the poison spread. A senior partner called her in, his tone paternal yet probing. Rumors are circulating. Is there anything I should know? Aurora denied everything, her stomach churning. The lie tasted bitter, a betrayal of her true self, but the alternative, losing her position, seemed unbearable. That night, she confided in Savannah, seeking solace, but instead faced judgment. You're enabling the system that hurts us, Savannah said, her words sharp. Aurora's inner turmoil intensified. How can I choose between my career and my integrity? The moral quandary consumed her, each decision a step toward self-destruction or growth. Emily's calls started then, persistent and pleading. Come home. We can fix this. Aurora ignored them at first, but guilt gnawed at her. During a late-night scroll through family photos, she broke down. Maybe I was wrong to leave, she admitted to Savannah, who stared in disbelief. You're considering going back? After what they did? The revelation sparked another rift, Savannah feeling like a placeholder in Aurora's life. Her thoughts raced. Am I just a rebellion she'll outgrow? The doubt poisoned their intimacy, turning tender moments into tense negotiations. A turning point came when Aurora's mother showed up unannounced at the loft. The encounter was electric, charged with unspoken accusations. This isn't you, her mother said, glancing disdainfully at Savannah. Aurora defended her choice, but her voice wavered. It is me, Mom. Why can't you accept that? The rejection stung, her mother's tears a weaponized vulnerability. As she left, Aurora collapsed, questioning everything. Is family blood thicker than love's bond? Savannah comforted her, but the seed of resentment grew. Why couldn't Aurora cut ties completely? Social pressures mounted. At a community event, Aurora faced stares and whispers from old acquaintances. One former friend cornered her. "Your parents are devastated. Think about what you're doing to them." The words echoed societal expectations, amplifying Aurora's internal conflict. She began second-guessing her sexuality, wondering if it was a phase, a rebellion against her upbringing. Savannah noticed the withdrawal, the late nights at work, and confronted her. "Are you regretting us?" The question hung heavy, forcing Aurora to face her truths. In a moment of vulnerability, Aurora opened up about her fears. Abandonment, failure, the ethical dilemma of hurting her family for personal happiness. Savannah listened, her own heart breaking. "Love shouldn't cost this much," she whispered, but both knew it did in their world. The conversation shifted their dynamic, fostering tentative understanding, but the underlying tensions simmered. As weeks turned to months, Aurora sought therapy, a secret she kept from Savannah at first. The sessions unearthed buried traumas, her father's rigid expectations, her mother's passive complicity, Emily's sibling rivalry masked as concern. Each revelation was a double-edged sword, empowering yet painful. "You're choosing yourself," the therapist said, but Aurora wondered, at what price to others? The moral ambiguity haunted her, decisions weighing like anchors. Savannah, meanwhile, faced her own crossroads. A job offer in San Francisco tempted her, a fresh start away from the drama. She debated telling Aurora, fearing it would be seen as abandonment. Her inner monologue was fraught. Do I stay and fight or protect myself? The choice loomed, a potential betrayal that could shatter everything. The email from Emily arrived like a grenade, its subject line screaming urgency. "Dad's in the hospital, come now." Aurora's world tilted, her fingers frozen over the keyboard at work. Guilt surged through her. Had her departure contributed to his stress-induced heart episode? She rushed to the Connecticut hospital, Savannah's worried texts unanswered. Her mind a storm of what-ifs. What if I had stayed hidden? What if love was the catalyst for this pain? Arriving, she found her family in the waiting room, faces drawn. Emily embraced her tightly, whispering, "I'm sorry for everything." But Aurora pulled back, suspicion flaring. Was this genuine remorse or manipulation? Her mother nodded curtly, her eyes avoiding Aurora's. "He's stable, but the doctors say stress played a role." The implication was clear. Aurora's lifestyle was the culprit. Sitting there, Aurora battled her conscience. Should she apologize to ease the tension, or stand firm in her truth? The ethical tightrope stretched thin. Her father, pale in the hospital bed, looked frail, a far cry from the authoritative figure she remembered. "You've broken this family," he rasped, but his voice lacked its usual fire. Aurora's response was measured. "I didn't choose to be this way, Dad. But I choose to be happy." The words ignited a family meltdown, Emily defending Aurora unexpectedly, revealing her own doubts about their parents' views. "Maybe we're the ones who need to change," Emily said, shocking everyone. Aurora's thoughts whirled. Is this redemption or another layer of drama? Back in Brooklyn, Savannah waited anxiously. "You went without telling me?" Her hurt was palpable, a betrayal in her eyes. Aurora explained, but the damage was done. "Your family will always come first," Savannah accused, storming out. Alone, Aurora reflected on the cost. Love demanded sacrifices, but whose? Her internal debate raged. Loyalty to blood versus commitment to heart. The night stretched long, filled with tears and unresolved questions. The incident sparked a chain of confrontations. At a family meeting post-discharge, Aurora faced collective judgment. Her uncle, a vocal conservative, lectured on traditional values. "Society won't accept this aberration," he declared. Aurora countered fiercely. "Society changes when people like me refuse to hide." The room erupted, alliances shifting. Emily siding with Aurora, her mother wavering. The moral clashes were raw, each side claiming righteousness. Aurora pondered. Who's truly damaged here, the outcast or the oppressors? Savannah's resentment festered. "You're still tied to them," she said during a late-night argument. Aurora snapped back. "And you're pressuring me to abandon everything." The fight exposed vulnerabilities, Savannah's fear of losing Aurora to familial pull, Aurora's guilt over causing pain. In therapy, Aurora dissected it. Am I selfish for wanting both worlds? The therapist's neutrality frustrated her, mirroring life's ambiguities. A social media storm erupted when Emily posted a cryptic message about family secrets, indirectly outing Aurora further. Colleagues messaged condolences mixed with curiosity. Clients hesitated. Aurora's career teetered, forcing a decision. Fight the discrimination or switch firms. She chose to sue a discriminatory coworker, a bold move that alienated some but empowered her. This is for us, she told Savannah, seeking reconciliation. But Savannah's response was cold. Is it? Or for your guilt? The betrayal deepened when Savannah confided in a friend about their troubles, only for it to circle back. Aurora felt exposed, mirroring her family's actions. How could you? She demanded. Savannah's defense. I needed support. The cycle of hurt continued, each woman paying the price of vulnerability. Aurora's inner voice screamed. When does the damage stop? Emily's transformation became a wild card. Visiting the loft, she apologized sincerely. I was scared of change, she admitted. Aurora forgave tentatively, but trust was fractured. The sisters rebuilt slowly, Emily questioning her own biases. What if I'm wrong about everything? Emily mused. Aurora encouraged her but inwardly worried. Is this progress or a temporary truce? As tensions peaked, Savannah dropped the bomb. I'm considering the San Francisco job. Aurora's world shattered anew. You're leaving me? The accusation flew, but Savannah clarified. Unless you commit fully. The ultimatum mirrored her father's, forcing Aurora to confront parallels. Love's demands were universal, each choice a gamble with hearts. Her mind raced. Stay and fight or let go and heal. The drama culminated in a heartfelt talk. We've both paid dearly, Aurora said, tears flowing. Savannah nodded, their hands entwining. But resolution eluded them, the path forward unclear. Aurora wondered. Can love survive such trials? Savannah packed a small bag for a weekend getaway, her movements deliberate, a test of their fractured bond. We need space to think, she said, but Aurora saw it as an escape, a prelude to goodbye. As the door closed, Aurora's isolation hit hard, her thoughts spiraling. Have I lost everything for a love that's slipping away? The apartment felt empty, echoing her hollow heart. She threw herself into work, channeling pain into advocacy. Joining an LGBTQ support group, she shared her story anonymously at first, the catharsis bittersweet. Family rejection cuts deepest, she confessed to the circle, voices of solidarity responding. But inwardly she questioned, am I using this to justify my choices, or to find absolution? The moral gray areas blurred, each step forward laced with doubt. Emily's calls increased, a bridge rebuilding. Dad wants to talk, she revealed during a coffee meet in the city. Aurora hesitated, the wound still fresh. What if it's another lecture? Emily assured her. He's changing slowly. The meeting was tense, her father awkward in his apologies. I don't understand, but I don't want to lose you. Aurora's response was guarded. Understanding starts with acceptance. The exchange was a fragile olive branch, but she paid the price in emotional exhaustion. Savannah returned changed, her eyes distant. I turned down the job, she announced, but the relief was short-lived. For now. The qualifier stung, revealing ongoing doubts. Their reconciliation was tentative, marked by honest dialogues. I felt like second place, Savannah admitted. Aurora countered. And I felt pressured to erase my past. The admissions healed some rifts, but scars remained. Aurora reflected. Love requires compromise, but at what point does it become self-erasure? Societal backlash intensified. A local newspaper article on family values in crisis referenced anonymous sources, clearly her parents' circle. Aurora faced online trolls, her inbox flooded with hate. You're destroying traditions, one message read. She debated responding, the ethical dilemma clear. Silence empowers bigots, but engagement drains her. Choosing to speak out at a rally, she declared, love isn't a threat. Ignorance is. The crowd cheered, but backlash followed. Lost clients, strained friendships. Her firm's partners convened, hinting at image concerns. Aurora stood firm. Fire me and face a lawsuit. The standoff was a high-stakes gamble, her career on the line. Victory came with a promotion but at the cost of alliances. "You've changed," a colleague said accusingly. Aurora thought. Change is the price of authenticity. Emily's own awakening added layers. "I've been questioning my engagement," she confided. Her fiancé a mirror of their father's views. Aurora advised caution. "Don't sacrifice yourself." But Emily ended it, sparking family uproar. "You're influenced by her," their mother accused. Aurora felt responsible. The ripple effects of her choices evident. Guilt weighed heavy. Am I the catalyst for good or chaos? Savannah and Aurora's relationship teetered. A double date with friends turned sour when old insecurities surfaced. "You're still not fully out," Savannah whispered harshly. Aurora exploded later. "Give me time." The fight led to a separation trial. Days apart that amplified loneliness. Savannah's inner struggles mirrored Aurora's. Is this worth the constant battle? Reunion came via a surprise visit from Aurora to Savannah's studio. "I choose us fully," Aurora declared, outing herself on social media that night. The post went viral in their circles, drawing support and vitriol. Her family reacted mixed. Mother's call tearful, father's silence deafening. Emily cheered. "Proud of you." But the exposure invited threats, forcing security measures. The climax built as Aurora confronted her father one-on-one. "Why fight this?" she asked. His vulnerability emerged. Fear of the unknown. The breakthrough was incremental, a seed of change. Aurora paid dearly in patience but glimpsed hope. Savannah, inspired, proposed a commitment ceremony. Not marriage yet, but a promise. Aurora accepted but doubts lingered. Is this rushing to heal wounds? The planning revealed fissures. Guest lists excluding unsupportive family. Debates over publicity. As the day approached, betrayal struck again. A cousin leaked details to a conservative blog, framing it as defiance against God. Protests threatened, forcing cancellation. Devastated, Aurora questioned. Why does society punish love? Savannah held her. We'll fight back. In the aftermath, Aurora and Savannah relocated to a quieter neighborhood in upstate New York, seeking respite from the urban frenzy. The move was a compromise, a step toward stability, but it came with sacrifices. Savannah's career contacts diminished, Aurora's commute lengthened. Is this hiding again? Aurora wondered aloud one evening, staring at the starry sky from their porch. Savannah squeezed her hand. No, it's protecting what we have. Family ties mended unevenly. Emily visited often, her own life transformed. She pursued therapy, embraced progressive views. You opened my eyes, she told Aurora, but the admission carried undertones of resentment for the upheaval. Their mother followed suit, tentative lunches evolving into deeper conversations. I was wrong, she admitted once, tears flowing. Aurora forgave, but scars reminded her of the cost. Years of suppressed identity, emotional tolls. Her father remained distant, occasional calls laced with awkwardness. I'm trying, he said during a holiday call. Aurora pushed. Trying means accepting Savannah. The stalemate persisted, a moral standoff where progress clashed with tradition. She reflected inwardly. Can one person's awakening redeem generations of bias? Professionally, Aurora thrived in a new firm advocating for LGBTQ rights, her experiences fueling passion. But success demanded vulnerability, public speeches, media interviews, each exposing her to scrutiny. A debate on national TV pitted her against a conservative pundit. Your choices undermine family structures. Aurora retorted. Love strengthens them. The exchange went viral, boosting her profile but inviting harassment. The price? Constant vigilance eroded privacy. Savannah's art flourished, her pieces exploring themes of identity and resilience. This is our story, she said, unveiling a painting of two women entwined against stormy skies. Aurora admired it but inwardly questioned. Are we romanticizing our pain? Their relationship deepened through shared trials, but intimacy waned under stress. Quiet nights turned introspective. Do you regret any of it? Savannah asked. Aurora's honest sometimes sparked tension, but honesty bonded them. A final confrontation arose when Emily revealed a secret. She had been the one to initially tip off the blog about the ceremony, out of misplaced fear. I thought it would force Dad to react, she confessed, sobbing. Aurora's world spun. Another betrayal from blood. How could you? The fight was visceral, years of trust shattered anew. Emily's defense. I wanted to help. But Aurora saw manipulation, the cycle repeating. Forgiveness came hard, mediated by their mother. We're all flawed, she said. Aurora grappled with the ethics. Does intent absolve harm? The resolution was uneasy. Family bonds frayed but intact. She paid the ultimate price, guarded emotions, selective trust. As time passed, Aurora and Savannah built a life of quiet defiance. Community involvement, volunteering at pride events, mentoring youth gave purpose. But societal shadows lingered. A denied adoption application due to non-traditional household, workplace microaggressions. Each obstacle tested their resolve. Aurora's inner voice persisted. Is the fight endless? In a moment of clarity during a walk in the woods, Aurora proposed formally. Marry me despite everything. Savannah accepted, tears mingling with laughter. The small ceremony, attended by allies, was a triumph over adversity. Yet, as vows exchanged, Aurora wondered. Have we truly won? The years brought food for reflection. Emily married a supportive partner, her growth evident. Parents aged, dependencies shifting roles. Aurora's care for them bittersweet. Savannah's career soared, but health scares reminded of fragility. Through it all, their love endured, tempered by fire. Looking back, Aurora pondered the journey's toll. Broken relationships mended imperfectly, careers rerouted, psyches scarred. The awakenings, personal, familial, societal, came at great cost. But in Savannah's eyes, she found worth. Was sacrificing family harmony for personal truth ultimately the right choice? Or did it perpetuate unnecessary suffering?